And that was Water by Low Moon, and I am Corbin Scott, your host for the time being. Before I get into anything, big shout out to the previous host, Kendall. As I was listening to that last song, I was thinking, wow, people are just so talented. Anywho's, I got some more stuff for you over the next couple of hours. This next song is Penelope by Pinback. This is 91.1 The Junction. That was Let Things Go by Camp. And if you're loving the music and wish you could get into singing yourself, the Treb Bulldogs are having a cappella auditions today and tomorrow from 5 to 7 in the Chapel of Memories. I like singing, but I think I'll just leave the artist to it this time. Coming up soon, I'll be explaining the importance of porridge to me. This is 91.1 The Junction. That was Pretzel Logic by Steely Dan. And have you guys been noticing all this new slang that this new generation is using? We got like 6-7, which I don't think has a direct meaning, but my personal favorite, and one that I'm going to be explaining throughout the show, is porridge. Well, what is porridge, you may be asking? Well, it's simple, really. You say it when something is just right. An example would be, up next, we got an absolutely porridge track titled Lover by Christian Ashcroft. This is 91.1 The Junction. Enjoy. The song that just played was No Rain, No Flowers by the Black Keys. And if you're looking for a career in the education field, the 2025 Fall Education Career Fair offers school districts and related employers a unique way to connect with student teachers pursuing careers in education. This event will take place at the Bost Extension Center September 9th from 9 to 11 a.m. The next song you'll eventually hear is Inside Out by Spoon. This is 91.1 The Junction. And that song that just played was God Knows by Tunde Adebinfe. In case you forgot or did not hear, I'm Corbin, and for the next hour, I'll be talking slang. We've been talking about porridge so far, which obviously means just right. But where did it come from? Any guesses? If you said the grocery store, you were almost there. Porridge is actually a reference to Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It was coined by my buddy, who just so happens to also be named Corbin. This is 91.1 The Junction. More tracks coming up. Stay porridge. And that was My Love, Mine Oh Mine by Mitski. I am Corbin, and we will be continuing our talk about slang with the one that I just found out about. This slang is bagel. And it's very similar to porridge in the way that you use it. Where porridge is just right, bagel is everything. A great example is this last hour on The Junction has been bagel. Alright, up next we got Seasons of Charade by Bird Talker. This is 91.1 The Junction. Enjoy. That was Metal by the Beths. If you're a guy and you're interested in leadership, personal growth, and maybe even academic success, the Men of Excellence are having an interest meeting tonight from 6:30 to 7:45 in room 234 of McCool Hall. It could be worth checking out if you're looking for a supportive brotherhood or community. Connect with them, and you might be able to leave a lasting impact here at State. More good music coming up here on 91.1 The Junction. That was Honey by The Lone Below. Now, back to bagel. While it may seem like bagel and porridge are interchangeable, this actually isn't the case. See, all things that are bagel are porridge, but not all things that are porridge are bagel. Are you following me? You use porridge when something is really good, but you use bagel when it is beyond really good. Well, when it meant everything to you. Anywho's, up next we got Odds Are by Bare Naked Ladies. This is 91.1 The Junction. That was Ordinary Creature by Of Monsters and Men. The Healthy Campus Week Well-Being Health Fair is happening September 9th at 11 a.m. in the Culver Student Union Doghouse. Learn all the ways MSU can help you support your well-being. Thriving in college starts with taking care of you. More music coming your way. This is 91.1 The Junction. That was Gild the Lily by the Billy Strings. And I'm Corbin Scott. over the past hour, we've talked about slang, and this is now the end of my show. This has been 91.1 The Junction. Thank you.
For again.
That was Take a Bite by Biba Doobie, and I'm your host, Corbin Scott. Normally I would say give it up for the last host, but the last host was in fact evil. I'm just joshing, guys. The last host was my sister, and I'm sure she did decent. If you stick around with me for the next couple hours, I got some funny anecdotes for y'all. This next song is Germs by Ace Tones, and this is 91.1 The Junction. That last song was Bad Dreams by Teddy Swims. And if you want to hear about some bad dreams, stick around till a little bit later on. But if you're looking for something that's neither bad nor a dream, the Flair Group is having a welcome back barbecue at the Butler Guest House, which is between MSU PD and Hull Hall. It's currently going on right now and goes until 6. They naturally will have food, but also good vibes and tie-dyes. It is a first come, first serve, but I'm sure you'll have a good time regardless of when you get there. More music coming up. This is 91.1 The Junction. That was Afterlife by Evanescence, which is on some of my playlists. I have an anecdote about it too. If you don't know, Instagram has a feature where you can put out notes. So I was reading notes one day, and I saw one. I don't remember what it said, but the guy who put it out used that song. So I liked his note. And for the first time ever, he liked mine back. So maybe we could start spreading some love through Instagram notes. On that note, this next song is Float by Jay Som and Jim Adkins. This is 91.1 The Junction. That was Caroline by Mumford & Sons. If you're looking for a career, the Career Expo is MSU's largest career fair for internship, co-op, and full-time opportunities. The fair will be happening in Humphrey Coliseum September 16th through 18th. The 16th and 17th are specific to STEM majors, but the 18th is open to all majors. For more information, you can look on Cowbell Connect. Soon you will hear Hospital by Madison Cunningham. This is 91.1 The Junction. That was Dreams by Beck. I'm Corbin, and speaking of dreams, has anyone ever wrote down their dreams and listened to them later? I've done it a few times, and they're always so enlightening. Like, how and why does your mind come up with such crazy things while you're sleeping? Reference. Obviously, we've all had that terrifying dream where you're falling, but have you ever had a dream about your ex? Talk about a real nightmare. Anywho's, coming up soon is Army by Ben Folds 5. This is 91.1 The Junction. That was Act Natural by Margaret Glaspie, and I'm your host for the rest of the hour, Corbin Scott. And speaking of acting natural, do you guys have any friends who are just naturally silly? I for sure do. Like this last Sunday, me and my sister had some people over at our place. We have this jar of towels that expand in water, and they look just like mints. But if you want to hear the rest of the story, stay tuned. Up next is Happy by Something Corporate and Andrew Kahan and The Wilderness. This is 91.1 The Junction. That was Sally When the Wine Runs Out by Role Model. If you're looking for something to do tonight on the MSU campus and love laughing, then look no further than Lab Rats Comedy. They're having a free show tonight in McComas Hall at 7 p.m. It is said to be a good time with some good laughs, but if you stick around here, I have a fun anecdote to share with you later, and maybe just some good music too. This is 91.1 The Junction. That was Save Your Tears by Jade Bird. Like I was saying earlier, we have water-expanding towels that look just like mints. Every time I'm in an environment that has these things, I always try to get someone to put them in their mouth as if they were actually mints. So I do this routine to some of my buddies. They obviously fall for it, but later on they just start putting them in their mouth and pouring water in. It gets to the point where they have water expanding out of their mouths. It was a really good time, but I was low-key worried about them. Anywho's, up next, we got Lampshades on Fire by Modest Mouse. This is 91.1 The Junction. That was Ain't the First Time by Wally Bigger. And orientation for the 2025 through 2026 Bulldog Mentor program is happening right now through the 24th of September. This is for students looking for contact with alumni for advice and guidance. Students who complete the program will receive swag or certificate and an awesome addition to their resume. Sign-ups and more information can be found on Cowbell Connect. Soon, you'll hear Turpine by Brandy Carlisle. This is 91.1 The Junction. That last song was That's Gonna Leave a Mark by Molly Tuttle. I've been your host, Corbin Scott. I hope you've enjoyed listening to my anecdotes, and maybe you've learned something too. Just kidding. That was a joke. But catch me next week on Thursdays and Fridays from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. This is the end of my show, but stay listening for more music and other awesome hosts. Up next is Even If It Kills Me by Papa Roach. This is 91.1 The Junction. Enjoy.